transistor, the first transistor that came along, I think in 1947, 1948. 47? 47. The good old Bell Labs, right?
That's it.
Yeah. And, so without this, and the story of the development of the transistor itself is an amazing story also. So people haven't read that, and we do. But all these wonderful innovations are built on the backs of, a lot of little things. Almost always. Almost always. Who knows what this is? Famous revolutionary innovation. This is the Colt 45 that tamed the gun that tamed the West. And it was everyone remembers the Colt 45. It's a great product innovation. Of course, it was built on the real innovation, which was interchangeable parts. Which was built upon real innovation, which was machines that could actually do the machining with tight tolerances. So this is an early German lathe in the 1800s. So these things were built upon each other. Small incremental improvements. We're here in Memphis. So sorry, I just couldn't, but rock and roll is a great innovation, So what's that mean to do with rock and roll? I think, actually, if we think about how things are built upon each other and you get incremental improvements that people put together, I think it does. So rock and roll is a great innovation. It was built upon what? The blues, country music, 40s, 50s, things like that. And of course, we know that rock and roll was born in Ohio. Which is just the most annoying thing in the world. So we know that rock and roll was born right here, right? Not in Cleveland, Ohio. And but built upon a lot of things that come together, and they keep going. There's innovation that's happening. What's happening out on factory floors, I'm going to tell you, is little innovations that add up into things that are very big. Even that look the same on the surface, but they're not underneath. You might know who these two, there's two photographs there. I bet you know the one, the statue. Yes, so that statue is at Bill Street, right? Been there a long time. And then the other one you might not recognize, but that would be the Carter family with Jimmy Rogers on the exact opposite side of the state of Tennessee when they were doing the first country music recordings about 100 years ago. I don't know the dates of that, actually. About 100 years ago. Anyone know? We should look that up. About 100 years ago. But what's the thinking of, innovating? Jobs was, a crazy guy, to be sure. A lot of parallels between him and Henry Ford, by the way, when you dive into it. But just pathological in terms of wanting perfection. Little thing, nothing was ever quite good enough, just trying to improve. And another great, inventor, that reminds me of the words that Mr. Yoshino was talking about earlier. This whole thing around failure. That you don't innovate unless you fail. So this whole thing around how you fail. Remember the assembly line worker? I can notify whenever I have a problem. That means I'm notifying when I make a mistake. That's a radically different thing than it is or has often been in traditional organizations. But Edison had the right attitude. I haven't failed. I found 10,000 ways it won't work. It's a famous quote. But here's another quote of his that says the same thing in a little more depth. It's not quite as famous. But negative results are just what I want. They're just as valuable to me as positive results. I can never find the thing that does the job best until I find the ones that don't. This morning, Mr. Yoshino showed this. Jordan, I fell over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeeded. You can't be afraid of failure. If we're afraid of failure, we're not going to be trying things, we're not going to be innovating, we're not going to be doing continuous improvement. You're not doing lean unless you're engaging people and doing work, trying new things, and giving them some sort of permission to fail. The ability to succeed and permission to fail. Those two together. No problem is problem. So bringing that into the workplace there is what made the change, but not just in terms of slogans and words, but actually building that into the design of the work. We're telling each worker, you pull the rope when you have a problem. When you do, someone's going to come help. When they come help, they're going to help. I'm not from the government. I'm here to help you. They're actually going to solve the problem, and you're going to be learning together. That's what we're trying to put in place. So if you think about when Jimmy went to the joint venture between Toyota and General Motors in Fremont, California, the same building, you think about what is it that comprises a company, an enterprise, a firm? What is it? Is it the legal contracts? Is it the building, people, and all that? But It's how we use people, right? If you think about G.M. Fremont, won't be wrong. It's the same building, and again, it was the same people. What you see here is a photograph that I found at an old GM employee, veteran work email site. And you see a guy there doing that job of tightening either tight rods or some sort of front end components, right? Now, and back to that story of the guy who intentionally unleashes 200 of those. Now, I guarantee you this is not a bad person. But somebody that's doing that job actually intentionally undid 200 of those. And then after this change, where we're actually giving people abilities to succeed, permission to fail, no one's doing that. They're taking pride in building quality in. So what went wrong there? Lean is personal, I was saying. Lean is organizational. We change the direction, change the thinking. It's an amazing twist of fate that this same building, General Motors occupied, with the worst factory in the world, had to shut it down. It was so bad. Toyota comes in and manages it a different way. Tremendous success story from the worst to the best. Happens to be now where Tesla is making the most innovative products in the automotive industry. An amazing thing. Amazing thing. It's personal. It's about you. What are we all going to do? How are we all going to be a part of making things better for the future? What I found is a certain personal journey that's often part of this is we're taught in school and we're expected when we get our jobs to be right, to be the answer. This problem comes up and you want to feel like you have the right answer. And you're under pressure to have that right answer right away. And that makes a certain intuitive sense, but when you do that, what is going to happen is we're going to start hiding problems instead of elevating those and celebrating the fact that we found them. So we go through this process as we learn this, of going from being the answer provider to the dispassionate investigator, saying, what happened? Okay, you had to pull the rope because for some reason you didn't have the right materials. Well, why not? How can we change that? How can we learn about that and then make the situation better? So you kind of take that sort of ego out of it. You just dispassionately look at the facts. And then as we learn about our jobs, to make improvement after improvement, doing PDCA, doing science, we become the number one expert in our companies on something. We believe every single person in the company has the right to be the company's top expert in something. Even the receptionist, the janitor, knows more about something than anybody else in the company. And once they do that, we want them to be the advocate for that piece of work to make it better. And I think that's what Lean is all about. It works together. And I also think that my time is up and that we need to get some more coffee and be back again in about half an hour. So thank you.
I wish he wouldn't stop. How about you guys? He's going to be back tonight, and they're going to do a tag team, but we're going to go take a 30-minute networking break. That's where you guys talk to each other. Yeah, and we'll do the 30-minute break. They're about, so 2:30 we'll be back in here, and Professor Yoshino will give us some more wisdom.